Do you have the Apple headphones that plug into your phone?
No, because I'm an adult.
As he says he's an adult, he's like, how do you use a computer?
Is your
Oh man, you won't let me in the. I need an adult.
Cujo's gonna come save
Okay,
you.
Kojak. Okay,
Kojak, Cujo, whatever. Sorry, damn.
David Allen Kojak Daniels.
Cujo, you could see where I can make that.
Nope, I don't.
Cujo is also the name of the dog. Okay.
Like your daughter Layla.
Layla. There's 12 people on this call now. Rusty, I think it's going to be better if you just take the AirPods off and just let the actual audio from the phone pick you up. The mic from the phone.
Yeah, for us. Because your microphone is hidden in your cans. And so your phone, for us, will give us better audio.
See, that's why I told you never-
Blue is mine.
Yep.
We're going to start recording in 3, 2, 1.
Is a wise way.
Hi, I'm Al. Welcome to Cinema Machine. And this is a very special edition. Not only are the regulars here. Hello, Ryan.
Howdy.
Hello, Brandon.
That was to me.
Yep.
Brandon.
And of course, we have the many times mentioned Rusty on the episode. Hello,
Many
Rusty.
times in our mentions.
Cheers, y'all.
Rusty.
It's cheers, y'all.
Wait, this
Hey.
camera. Cheers, y'all. I got multi-camera
Cheers,
setup going on
Rusty.
here.
Where's my camera?
I
There
figured
is
it
a
out.
video coming out.
and
is a-
look to camera?
There is
Camera
a
three?
video coming out that everybody will understand the hilarity behind what just happened. Rusty has set
Rusty
himself up.
versus technology.
Yes.
Don't cancel me, please.
It's much like having Zoom calls with my mom. Her forehead was up mostly in the screen, so it was fantastic. So yeah, like that. So,
I can't read it.
so Rusty is a friend of the show for sure. It's good to have you. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
So, of course, we are here to talk about a very special movie. But before we do, Ryan, would you like to tell everybody how they can express their Christmas cheer to us and also maybe suggest movies that we watch in the future?
Yep. Recommend that you hit us up in the comments here. We love talking movies, and we'd love to hear what Christmas movies you like, what Christmas movies you don't like, what you think of the episode. If we should fire Rusty, on his first try, let us know. If you want Al to leave, if you want me and Brandon
I've seen those
just do
comments.
Cast episodes,
I've seen
only
those
us two together, let us know.
Yeah.
And then on Instagram at CinemaMachinePod, we love chatting with you guys. So hit us up there.
Yes, I have seen the good. Y'all finally got rid of Al comments, so it's pretty funny. I appreciate it. Well, we are here to talk about. I would say one of our favorite. No, very good, Brandon. One of our favorite, if not favorite, Christmas movie, and it is one of my favorite movies of all time. Now, we did have plans to have another guest, and we will talk about that later. But we had
All of a sudden, Al and Jeff are rivals.
I wouldn't say it that
My,
far.
how the turntables.
But we are going to be talking about Christmas Vacation tonight. Now, I don't really think there's any need for explanation of this movie, but it's the Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation movie. We don't really need to read a synopsis. Everybody knows this movie. If you have not watched this movie, do not listen to this until you have. Please. I want you to be surprised by it. I want you to go and discover it. If happens to be kids in the room, remember there's a little bit of salty language, but they can get through that.
And they save it till the
Um,
end too.
Yeah. This movie came out in 1989. It's a classic movie. Now it was not as classic then, but it was well received for the most part. So I'm going to go around the horn here, and we're going to talk about our first time that we saw Christmas Vacation, what we first remember about Christmas Vacation, and then we'll go into how it holds up over the years. So, Rusty, as our guest, I'm going to ask you first. Do you remember the first time you saw this? What was it at home? Was it on TV, like on TBS or something? How did you see it first?
Well, I remember always having issues trying to find it playing on Christmas Day because no one plays it on Christmas Day on TV. You can find 24 hours of A Christmas Story, but they don't give Chevy Chase the same love, I guess, or National Lampoons for those 3 F-bombs right at the end. So I can tell you that it was Christmas. Not really sure when. Long time ago, many years ago. And I just remember Cousin Eddie also, while making me die laughing, stressed me out. So
Okay. This is when you were a kid?
yeah, when I was a kid. For
Okay.
some reason, I was like, man, he's hilarious. But I don't know, maybe it's the older I got, the more he stresses me out. I don't
Because
know.
you know people like that or what?
Well, because
Who
adult,
do you want to throw under the bus?
nope,
Yeah.
not doing that.
This is Geraldo all of a sudden. Yeah. Yeah, so so you get stressed out by Cousin Eddie. What about him stresses you out? Just
He's a loose cannon, man.
he is that. He is that for sure. Now, Cousin Eddie is, of course, played by Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid has since gone off the rails even more in real life. So,
Serious, Clark?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am. So, this movie made, I would say this movie, I would like to see the number. This is what I would like to see. Now, we have the numbers like $25 million budget, made $72.9 million box office. But what I would like to see is how much money this movie has made since then. Like what kind of numbers have they made off home? Because every time they put out a new version of it, they don't even have to change special features or anything, just the packaging, whatever. They're real sly with the Christmas movies, and they get me every single time. I buy it again. So, Rusty, first, off the top of your head, without swearing or anything, what's your favorite quote from this movie?
I can't. The rant.
Okay, the rant, the Tylenol rant. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hallelujah.
Where's the Tylenol?
Oh, hang on, the TBS version. Hallelujah. Holy spit. Where's the Tylenol?
Holy
Yeah, exactly.
spit.
Yeah, I
Had to censor yourself there. Caught it.
I would like to. I don't like to watch movies with commercials, but I would like to see the edited version of that. I've never watched it.
We used to put we went through a phase where we were putting like movies in like Spanish language track just to see what they sounded like. Like those.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we did
The
this
voice.
one. We did this one a lot. This and Nutty Professor, I remember doing when we were kids.
Now, my favorite TBS version, like quote of all time, was actually Big Lebowski. It says, "This is what you see. What happens, Larry? This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps."
Yeah, heard
That's
that one.
my favorite.
What was
That's a good one.
what was the old there was a Die Hard quote that was terrible on network TV also.
Yippee, I'm guessing it's the Yippee Ki-Yay line. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Mother
I know that-
truckers or something? I don't know.
The snakes on the plane. Tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to
Oh,
Friday
that's what it was.
plane.
Monday, Friday plane.
It was it was
They don't even care. They're just like,
Yippee Ki-Yay, Mr. Falcon.
mother father.
Mr. Father.
Oh boy. You know they cut that line out of the last Die Hard movie that was made. he started saying it, and they just cut it because they wanted to get it down to PG-13. And I was like, good Lord. So anyway,
Same.
back to Christmas Vacation.
Different Christmas movie for a different time.
Yeah. Brandon, how about you? Do you remember your first time seeing Christmas Vacation, or roughly the first time?
This is one of those movies that I just grew up with. I don't remember the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like in my blood. It seems like it was always on Christmas. I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. I've never seen all of A Christmas Story. This is the movie that I watched every year.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, so to answer your question, no, I don't remember. I imagine I would have been 4 when this movie came out in theaters, so I definitely didn't see it in theaters.
That would have made Al 18, right?
Yeah.
I'm not that old.
It was received
17.
well.
So old.
Did you want to
17.
fight
I
somebody
remember
at the
taking-
theater there too?
I remember taking my 40-year-old
Yeah.
daughter to this movie. Yeah.
Everybody in the theater was apparently cool this time he went to the
Cool
movies, 'cause
kids,
he likes this
man.
one.
Yeah.
So this came out the same year as Keaton Batman, the original Batman, 89 Batman is what everybody calls it, but of course it came out in 89. But I deem this year as probably the best movie year, this in 1990 in my estimation, but that's for another topic or another
The
show as
golden
well.
Years.
Some major movies came out those 2 years. All right. So Ryan, how about yourself?
I guess I'm kind of like Brandon. I don't remember the first time I saw it, but it was just, this is a mainstay. This one and A Christmas Story. But this one is the one that is my favorite Christmas movie. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you're
excited
not a
about it.
Christmas movie fan.
It's a great quotable comedy.
Yeah. But just little peek behind the curtain. Tried to watch Scrooged with Ryan. We're going to do a little review. And he got 48 minutes into it and started watching Spider-Man. So
Rusty, have you seen Scrooged?
Rusty, have you seen Scrooged?
No.
No, it's really
don't
good.
bother.
It's really good. put your
tried.
votes down in the comments.
Jeff pulled a very similar thing with this movie.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and talk about that. We'll talk about the elephant that's not even in the room.
Yeah.
Jeff, as you've seen on Capecast, had
We
never
built this
seen.
whole-
He bailed on his
we-
first Cinemachine
We
appearance.
built the whole episode around Jeff. We're like,
Yes.
oh, you've never seen it. This will be a great thing to do. We'll just use you as like a test
Yeah.
subject, a guinea pig, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, Cape
Have
Cast
you come
nerds,
on?
man.
Yeah. He, he said, oh, got 20 minutes in. I turned it off. This movie's a turd.
Yeah,
My time's valuable.
True Jeff
Well,
fashion.
I mean, what you were trying to do is establish a control, right? And what did he do? Let you know, hey, it does not stand up for someone who didn't grow
Correct.
up loving it. So you got your answer, you just didn't like it.
Well, no, I wanted him to finish it so we could actually talk about it.
even if he didn't like it, came on here and didn't like it, we wanted to hear why he didn't like it. But after hearing a few conversations that happened with Ryan and Jeff, or maybe one conversation, he's not a Chevy Chase fan.
Yes. He made that clear.
So
Has he ever met Stevie Duncan?
Don't think so.
Not that
Has
Brandon
anyone
is.
ever seen Stevie Duncan and Chevy Chase in the same room?
Mm,
That's all I'm asking.
that is a good question.
so
Only when Stevie's watching Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, but
It's a good answer.
So let me ask you this. We all, I think, like this movie because we can, to a certain degree at least, relate to this movie. Because most Christmas movies before Christmas Vacation were everything went perfectly fine for Christmas. And everything was all in order. All the decorations were perfect. Nothing happened. Everybody acted perfectly. Everything was basically It's a Wonderful Life, where there was some adversity, but everything turns out perfect in the end. And ultimately, this movie everything turns out pretty good in the end. But the expectations that Clark has in the beginning of Christmas Vacation, and Helen's trying to tell him, no, it's not going to happen that way. You build these things up. Anyway, along the way, we all have stories like that. So do any of you relate to this movie because of stories that are similar to things that happen in this movie? Like just the way families actually interact with one another, or is it just because it's a funny comedy?
I mean, I remember when my boss got kidnapped on Christmas. And
By
I
your
remember that
cousin?
too.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, shoot. I mean, I remember every year for Christmas, my mom, we would put lights on the tree, like everybody. And then my mom just hated taking the lights off the tree. So the lights went out with the tree. The ornaments came off, went into their little compartments and everything. But the lights went out the door with the tree. We just bought lights every year. That was just like one of those traditions.
It was
Another
an ugly
tradition.
tree anyway.
But we had to bring the tree in, and my mom and I were the ones that had to handle the tree. I actually sold Christmas trees from the age of 11 to 17, and every Christmas, and I loved it. And so we'd get a tree from
Do you have a
where I
tree
sold
shaker?
them. Huh? No, didn't
No?
have. Yeah, I was the tree shaker.
That's
Had to
exactly
do
what
it.
mine was.
Had to do it like that. So
Gotta have a tree shaker, bro.
anyway.
This here's the tree shaker.
So I don't like this movie because of that. This movie is extremely quotable. I will say that the lights on the house, about, I don't know. I remember I came in town one time for Christmas, and I just said, "Mom, I'm going to do your house up like the Griswolds." And after I don't even know how many hundreds, close to $1,000 we spent on lights. But yeah, it took me about 3 days, and I did her whole house up like that. And then she turned on the hair dryer, and it blew the fuse in the house and just shut everything down. But we did do the scene out in the front yard. My brother-in-law and I, the washing machine and line, and we did all that. So, yeah, we did that. We did that, and we did all sorts of stuff. So this movie is near perfection as far as a comedy goes, in my opinion. But Rusty, what are your opinions of this movie now versus back in the day when you first saw it? Do you relate to it anymore now that you're an adult and you have to take on, being the head of the house or anything like that, or do you still just see it as a comedy?
I'm glad you asked that question, Al. To be honest, I had a totally different viewing this time than, in years past. I was paying more attention to the family dynamic. Who's who? Cousin Eddie's actually Clark's cousin-in-law.
Yeah.
So, not blood. He is just blessed with this
Eddie
character in his
Johnson.
life.
His last name is Johnson. I found that out today.
You dig too deep. So I'm kidding. Face value here.
On a movie podcast.
Oh yeah, that's your job. But no, I totally saw it in a different light. That's why I was trying to kind of capture there with my view of Eddie and the video or the movie as a whole. It was growing up. It was just funny, slapstick. I couldn't even put the movie in chronological order in my brain before I watched it. I was just like, I knew every scene, but I didn't know the order of it. So like watching it this time, it was like seeing it all build. It's put together very well.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
But
Brandon's gonna hold this one over Jeff's head for years.
I just liked it. I just liked it. The tension was just building and building and building, and he snapped. Honey, I fixed the post Noel. It was just all okay at that point, but he has absolutely lost his mind.
Yeah, what's great about this movie is kind of what I was touching on, but everybody has this like ideal Christmas in their head, but in fact, most of the time, everybody's Christmases are chaos, and this movie just embodies that whole thing
Yeah.
in a ridiculous manner.
If you're stressed out about the holidays, watch this movie and feel better about your situation.
Can't get any worse.
There are so many movies that try to do, like a lot of the movies nowadays just try to do the, oh, things aren't going to work out and Christmas is really a bad time of year and da-da-da. There's a movie called Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck, and it is not a good movie.
Brandon,
Here he goes.
Earmuffs.
No, it's not about Ben Affleck. It's not a good movie at all, but the opening credits to that movie literally has like Tom Kenny sticking his head in an oven. People like just they're looking down a high-rise kind of apartment complex. I believe they're in Chicago. And they're
Somebody check that for us.
so
Jamie. Young Jamie.
yeah, Jamie, could you look that up? So
Googling.
So anyway, they just keep going down window to window, and everybody is depressed. And but there's so many movies like that just overdo it. And I think that this movie hit the nail on the head and got it to where it wasn't like so mundane and so melancholy. It was like there is joy and there is family and there is this dynamic, but not everything goes to plan. You might plan it out, but it just doesn't go to plan. And I think that's why this movie works, because it does strike a chord of being closer to realistic. Not that it is it's still cartoony, but it's closer to being realistic, and it has heart versus some of these movies, most of these movies nowadays, that really kind of push the Christmas stinks, and it's just like this sardonic tone and feel towards Christmas. So that's why this movie works for me now that I'm an adult. But this movie has been a staple in my family since it came out. And the year after this, Home Alone came out. So again, those 2 years are pretty awesome for movies, and especially Christmas movies. And they don't make them like they used to. We'll say that. But Rusty? How many times do people quote this movie to you with your name?
All the time. I'm glad you asked. Once again, you're such a great interviewer. No, seriously. Every
Off the top of my
time,
melon.
like every Christmas or every Christmas get together, which are like a few a year. Probably not this year, thanks COVID. Wait. So, no, my mom always says, "Is Rusty still in the Navy?" Like,
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Russ! Right here, Dad.
So
Um,
is there a quote that you hate now because your name?
no.
Okay, I mean, I'm just asking because some people can overdo it, so I was just making sure. So
Well, it's my
that
mom,
even makes
so.
the movie better. So I tell you what, let's go around the horn, and let's all make our best pitch to Jeff as to why he's missing out on this movie. I think this should be, and everybody down in the comments, and on social media, please tell us why Jeff should watch this movie. We're gonna start like no hatred, no anger. It's all in fun. Don't cancel somebody because they don't like a movie. It's silly. But let's have a little fun with this. Ryan, I'm gonna go with you first.
Can I do the Oscar quiz instead?
Sure. I got that ready right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll start with 1989, Al's favorite year.
It was a good year.
Now I guess for me, so this kind of goes back to the discussion that we always have on the show
Here we go.
about, it was going to happen eventually, so I'm just going to fire it off. The nostalgia argument. I disagree with him. I enjoy the movie. Like, I think it's a great Christmas movie, but at the same time, like, if he's watching it for the first time at his age, like,
67.
I don't know. He just at 67.
He looks
I
good
ju-
for his age.
He does.
He uses a lot of skin
Spry.
cream. Yeah,
Right.
a lot of baby seals.
No, I just can understand how a movie doesn't resonate as much.
Yeah, I mean, but you do need to give it more than 20 minutes to have an opinion. But
look,
in
I
the same-
agree,
in the
but
same-
that
in the
movie
same
is
light-
hilarious from the get-go. It doesn't take 20 minutes to
I mean, just the traffic in the beginning, the riding his
Right.
tail.
Dude, but
And-
no, before that, the beginning credits cartoon, man. Bring those
If
back.
you laugh at a joke in this movie, your laugh's gonna cover up the next.
That's
joke.
why this movie resonates for so long. I've probably seen, and this is no joke, I've probably seen this movie closer to 100 times in my life because I watch this movie year round. I don't watch it just at Christmas. I watch it probably 4 or 5 times a year, if not more. And I'm 107, so
I was about to say, so you've seen it like 500 times.
yeah. So no,
sorry.
it's okay. it's okay.
Don't hurt Al's feelings.
Not really that sorry.
Al doesn't have feelings.
You've seen his hair, right?
Yeah,
have a soul.
it doesn't have a soul.
Doesn't have a.
But no, I personally have seen this movie quite a few times, and every single time, I mean, I feel like I see something different in
doubt,
somebody's
yeah.
facial expression or the way somebody delivers a line because I'm laughing so hard every
I
time
just
prior.
think so. For me, all I'm saying is like, if you get 20 minutes into the movie and you don't think it's funny, like you're probably not going to think the rest of it's funny because the movie's
Well,
hysterical from start to end for me.
I mean, if you have a disdain for the lead, then
Yeah, it's gonna be hard if you don't like Chevy Chase, and
Yeah.
if your introduction to Chevy Chase was the show Community, that's not his best work.
was that his introduction?
I don't know if his introduction. I just know that he said that he watched the first season or something of that and didn't like him in it.
Wait, but you said he
Well-
was 100. He's never seen it. He's never seen Fletch? Like,
He's 104 actually.
Yeah.
well, this is 111th birthday.
So I mean, Jeff and I aren't far off in age. I understand if anybody on the show understands to not being able to watch a movie because of an actor. I guess it's me. So,
Or a director?
or well, yeah. But I've watched all that stuff. I've watched all that stuff from start to finish, and I've watched some of it multiple times, not just from the director, but some of the actors. Tom Cruise, Hilary Swank, Will Smith,
We know you love Hilary Swank.
tattooed on my back. So anyway, I give it a shot. I try, but I understand, and you know, the chick on Mando. I understand how it can temper something for you. So we'll move on. But I think Rusty, do you want to make a pitch as to
it's
why
just,
somebody?
You know, it's just a little weird that he agreed to do it in the first place. He knew that Chevy Chase was in the movie. Who doesn't know that?
Brandon's got
valid
conspiracy
point.
theories
That is a
going through his
valid
head right
point.
now.
That is a valid point.
Well, okay. So there's Juliette Lewis before she lost her mind.
That's true, Rusty.
Oh,
You're right.
The blouse, Mama Griswold's shirt on Christmas or Christmas Eve. I saw that. I didn't even see it as a kid. It didn't register, but I was like,
Wait.
oh wow,
What are you talking
that
about?
is
talking
the
about
shirt.
Helen's?
The shirt, yeah, Helen's shirt that she wears on
With the
Christmas
cutout?
Eve.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
got the cutout.
And then when,
Shirt.
and then in the
We're learning a lot
showdown.
about Rusty tonight.
Well, so I didn't watch it for a very long time, guys. I mean, I just quoted it all the time.
It is one
So-
of those things. Like, I mean, this week was the first time I had rewatched it since Luna was born because we used to watch it like Christmas Eve ish, like around that time every year. But then when we had Luna, it was like can't really have this on with her around.
Yes, you
we just
can.
we haven't watched it in forever. Rusty,
It's family humor. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That stuff went way over my head as a kid. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
The pooper's full.
It's
know.
a parent decision.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I think you're doing a great job. So
Okay. Thanks.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, Rusty.
but no, I think this movie, to me, like we said earlier, it is the best Christmas movie, and it's in my top 5 movies of all time. I can turn it on at any point and start
Top 5 Christmas movies or top 5 movies?
movies.
I was about to say, I feel like I've heard you say this more than 5 times.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
Probably. But I think this movie, I honestly think you can have an entire conversation just quoting this movie. Like this, I've had full conversations. Yeah.
It's one of the. I'd be hard pressed to think. Dumb and Dumber maybe is
Maybe.
close to being as quotable.
Yeah, it's right up there.
Yeah, I mean it'd be tough to find
So
5 movies that are similar in that regard.
Napoleon
here's
Dynamite.
yeah.
Not anymore.
So here's a couple little fun facts about this movie, and you might know some of them, you may not. Aunt Bethany, played by Mae Questel, she was the original voice of Betty Boop.
What? Play ball!
Oh, she died.
So my uncle was asked to pray at a softball game, a church softball game once.
Oh boy.
And he did that exact same thing, not as like an homage to or a quote, not quoting Christmas Vacation or anything like that. He literally started off saying the Lord's Prayer and ended up at the Pledge of Allegiance. And my dad said that everybody went from having their heads bowed to like putting their hand over their heart.
That's American. Grace died 30 years ago.
No.
The
They want you to say grace.
To say grace.
The blessing.
The blessing.
This is the reason that you need to watch this movie. It's so fun. It's just like
I knew I left it in too long.
that turkey
Why?
just
Why are you crying?
I love how they're just like sitting there like munching. Like all you hear is like teeth chattering the whole dinner.
Here's the
my
heart.
favorite. Yeah. My favorite. I don't know why, but my brother and I picked up on this about 10 or 15 years ago, and we just think it's hilarious. When they're walking through Walmart and he's getting all the dog food and he crushes the light bulbs and everything, there's a moment where Randy Quaid adjusts himself. And
Yeah.
it is so blatant. It's one of those things you don't need to let little kids watch, but it's one of those just throwaway. It's one of those things you see after you've seen it quite a few times. But oh man, it just cracks me up every time. And to see how old and different Walmart used to look back in the 80s versus now and everything. So
I just love how he keeps throwing dog food bags on the.
Oh, Roy. Yeah, I
Clark's
don't have any money for my kids and their Christmas, but I'm about to, drop $200 on
This
some
here's
dry
snot.
dog food.
you roll over.
That's our pride and joy.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, he made me real mad.
I don't know.
Oh,
watching
he's
it
just
as a
talking
grown
on
adult.
He got it up. He's all right.
No, I said trash he was rooting through.
Yeah.
That's I have a trash dog too. My trash can is under lock and key behind a closed door.
He's got a
And-
snots.
And
He's not
speaking of that,
size.
speaking of adjusting himself, whenever Helen holds like,
Yes! Nice to meet you.
yeah. So are you guys fans of the other vacation movies, Brandon?
Yeah. I've seen this one the most.
Of course, yeah.
But probably seen Vegas Vacation second most, then Vacation. I have never seen European Vacation.
Really?
And
European is the only other one I like.
that's the only
So
one
that's the
you
thing.
like.
Most people don't like European. I like it
Yeah.
just fine.
Big Ben, Parliament. They can't get off the roundabout.
Yeah, when you can't get off the roundabout, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I've
Never
never
It's
seen
seen
like
European.
daytime and then it's nighttime.
I'd really,
They're all like, yeah, that's awesome.
I'd really like to get this reference, but I've never seen it. So
Same.
Oh, you should watch. You should watch.
Might watch that one next week.
yeah.
Brandon, get it on your movies anywhere.
Well,
you know.
okay, you got it.
Come
He's
on,
asking
Clark.
for a friend. Yeah.
That'd be awesome, Clark.
So y'all don't like Vegas? I love Vegas.
I'm not saying I don't like
like
it. I'm just
Vegas.
saying it's not my.
The other-
It's
yeah.
the last on my list of the vacation movies, except for
Now-
the newest one.
Yeah,
I was
the
gonna
new
say
one is
earlier.
not good.
Because when you asked me about, if anyone had ruined it because of my name, he's not. Rusty Griswold is not like present at all in this movie compared
Yeah.
to Papa Giorgio. And
Yeah.
Vegas
I guess I
Vacation.
also
So
like.
that kind of ruined it.
Also
On me.
like. Which one is the one where they're at the dam?
Vegas.
That's fake.
Yeah, Vegas, yeah.
Okay.
Got
So I
any
do
damn
like Vegas
bait?
then. Yeah. Where can I get the damn bait?
I like the original Vacation, where the line in that movie
I
when
know
they're on the
exactly what
seesaw.
you're about to say.
when they're on the seesaw, it's like, I learned how to French kiss. Oh, everybody knows how to do that. Yeah, but Daddy says I'm the best. That's so gross. So gross.
That's an Alabama joke.
Well, I
Roll
don't know.
Tide.
I know some.
He's like, well,
Roll
I am
Tide,
from there.
Yeah.
Daddy, if you listening.
But no, I love all these movies. I like these characters a lot. A few years ago, they did a commercial and had Helen and Clark come back. I was pretty excited about that, but really didn't gel that well because they're older.
Yeah.
And then they had them in the newest Vacation movie, and that was good. But that movie was just so abysmal. It was like a slap in the face to anybody that actually likes the Vacation movies, because it was just bathroom humor the whole time. The one with Ed Helms and
Yeah.
Kristen Applegate. It was just a garbage movie. But so
Yeah, not good.
I just I know on this podcast behind the scenes we say it all the time, the washing machine line. I just want to know what line do you and or your family quote the most, Brandon?
That one should be easy.
Probably.
Man.
Huh? You serious? Clark is a pretty.
I was
we
going to
say that a
say
lot.
the real nice.
Oh, real nice. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It is probably a toss up between those two. Real nice and you serious, Clark.
Yeah.
Definitely real nice for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
How about
it's,
you?
we quote
Oh,
this
go ahead.
movie all year long. It's not just like Christmas time.
It's true.
It's it's a Christmas movie that has transcended to just be a full time, all year round movie. So, Rusty, how about the line for your family? I know your mom quotes the Rusty in the Navy, but
That and Hallelujah, Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear. What is it?
You couldn't hear a
Yeah,
dump, truck backing up
driving
to a
in a
nitroglycerin plant.
factory.
That one.
Sounds like you quoted a lot, Rusty.
Yeah.
Oh, Aunt Bethany, you shouldn't have. Oh dear, did I break wind? Jesus, no. Did the room clear out? She meant presents. You shouldn't have brought presents. Isn't every day someone moves into a new house? They didn't move into a new house.
You want to keep going, Brandon?
Yeah, I can.
You got it, dude.
Right after the Rusty in the Navy line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it going.
Well, please tune in next week. Brandon's going to be all the characters in the movie. He's
Brandon will
gonna-
be doing a table read on his own.
It's going to be like the Nutty Professor, but Christmas Vacation with Brandon.
Yeah.
So,
Start from the beginning.
yeah.
Hip hip hooray for Christmas vacation.
Oh, we got struck just then.
Yeah.
Got a copyright strike. Well, guys, I think we all gush over this movie because we love it, and we want everybody to know that Jeff always has an open invitation to the show just because he doesn't like this movie. It's
I don't know what you're
It's
talking
not-
about.
Who?
Jeff's got to earn Brandon's love again.
he'll go watch Justice League and like it, and Brandon will be all about it. But anybody have any closing thoughts about Christmas Vacation?
If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Okay, we're gonna get to
if you've
that.
made
We're
it
gonna
this
get to that in a
far,
minute.
That's
We're gonna
first
get
of
to
all,
that
that's
in a minute.
impressive if you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Or if you have
Yeah,
watched it
that's-
and you've made it this far, also impressive.
That's lunacy. Yeah, that's lunacy. Rusty, you got any closing thoughts about it?
It's good.
It's good.
You should see it. It's
All
a
right.
Christmas staple.
So let's.
If you don't watch,
let's go-
if you don't watch this and you don't chew big chew, you ain't American.
Oh,
And that's all I got to say. You ain't a real American. So,
we can, shots fired. There you go.
and who's Jeff?
That was amazing.
Well, all right. So let's
Thanks
see.
for watching the Mandalorian reviews.
Yeah. I think I
Back to
know the
Kitcast.
answer. I think I know the answer, but let's ask our guests first. Rusty, would you buy, rent, or never see this movie? Which one would you do? Or just watch it on Brandon's movie?
You should have a copy in your house, but I can't say that because I don't. Yeah, you should definitely have it and break it out.
Okay.
Because it doesn't come on every year on any network. So
It is a pain. I will say it is like oddly a pain to find it when you want to find it during the holidays.
Yeah,
for
so
free.
own it. Buy it.
All right. Ryan.
Bye.
Bye. Buy it multiple times. Give it as a gift.
Bye.
Bye.
Gift it. Put it in stocking. Brandon, what would you do?
Bye.
Buy it. You should buy it. It is.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
I
buy
say
it
buy.
and gift it to Jeff every Christmas.
Everybody send Jeff 10 copies of a Christmas.
And you can include a couple copies of Zootopia, all the better.
Does he hate Zootopia as well?
Zootopia.
No, he loves Zootopia.
Oh.
Yeah, he loves
That's
it.
why we're including it.
You serious, Brandon?
Totes
No,
serious, bro.
no. He's probably just nosing through the garbage. I would say buy this movie as well. Heck, I bought the jersey. For crying out loud.
Turn
you
around
can
for us, Al.
Oh, my
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
I'm looking. I can't.
It says Griswold.
I still
00
missed
on the
it.
back.
Oh,
You can get this Joker on Amazon for $30. So I'll put that link down in the description as well. So
what?
yeah. So
I spent
everybody,
more on this sweater.
everybody show some love for Rusty down in the comments. Rusty's a great friend of the show. He's a fantastic drummer out there. He's quite the musician, and he's all around good guy. So thanks for coming on, Rusty. Merry
I have a
Christmas
question
to you.
for Rusty.
Okay.
Thank
go
y'all
ahead.
for having
Have you
me.
had a chance to watch Sound of Metal, or are you not going to watch it?
Man, it's a little too heavy for me right now. I can't. I don't know.
That's why I was wondering.
It's we'll talk about it off air.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So.
All right.
Too close to home. Too close to home. I couldn't hear a dump truck backing through a nitroglycerin tank. So, or plant already. This year, nada.
All right. So, Brandon, Ryan, everybody, very Merry Christmas from all of us at Cinemachine. We want to thank everybody for really taking us into your homes over the last few months, and we have a lot of plans for 2021. We just hope that Hollywood will continue to release movies, or maybe we just have to keep watching older stuff. But in January, we're going to get back to you all picking what we
This has
watch.
been your plan all along, Al.
Yes, I
Al
ruined Hollywood.
Created COVID.
Bum, bum, bum.
I do not deny or
Have you ever seen Al and COVID in the same room at the same time before?
The word
That's
the
all
phrase
I'm
you were
asking.
looking for was confirm or deny.
yeah, I'd say validate. All right. Well, everybody, thank you all so much. Everybody on this show right now, thank you all so much. I've had a lot of fun. Of course, we're just buddies and we talk about movies. So everybody, Merry Christmas. Keep watching movies, and we will all see you on the next Cinemachine.
Bye. Merry Christmas.